should be
I'll wait a
coming
second
right
then.
in, I believe.
Awesome. Your lawns, are they greening up? Your lawns, are they greening up?
I did skin over them a little bit. They were tall places, they weren't even, because I fertilized them.
This weather, we just need more rain.
Yeah.
Gonna get it.
No.
Well, yeah, I hope so, because I can't put my cattle out yet. It's just not.
Really?
Boy, my pasture's going good up there. Yeah.
My sheep are out. All right, are we all set?
Yeah, Russ, he'll be along when he.
All right. If everyone would like to rise for the pledge, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good morning, everyone. This is Monday, May 3rd. Is that May Day? Isn't May Day the first Monday in May, I think, or something? I thought it was the first. Yeah, the 1st of May? Well, we'll call it May Day. We'll call it. Sounds good.
Close enough. Close enough.
Good morning, everyone. We'll start our meeting with, we have minutes of a meeting held on, wait a second now.
Should be April 24th.
Yeah.
It says April 19th on, these are the
It
minutes.
actually should have been April 19th. The agenda is
The agenda is incorrect?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, we have minutes of a meeting held on April 19th here at 10 o'clock. Could I have a motion to accept those minutes?
So moved.
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Oh, sorry. There we go. Okay, under our new business, we have 73 Main Street, Dana Ashton.
Yes, Mr. and Mrs. Ashton are here to discuss with you their letter that you had reviewed at the last meeting. And, my God, 72, yeah.
Did I say 72? Did I say?
No,
Oh, I said 73.
yeah.
Okay, 72.
I was working remotely apparently when
Yeah,
I
because
did the
that's- yeah.
agenda.
She needs a lesson in hitting numbers, I can see that. That's all right. Oh, yeah, right,
Oh,
right.
goodness gracious.
Right. All right.
Yes,
Oh, this is the sewer service?
yes,
Okay,
yep.
all right. And you asked to come because, we discussed it at the last meeting, obviously. Would you like to come and sit here, or you can sit there, however you're, yeah,
I'm fine here if that's okay.
that's all right.
We were just kind of curious, when did this policy take effect? Because when it was put in, we were told we were responsible from the house to the road, that we had to connect. We did not connect from the house to the road. We had nothing to do with that. From the road to the sewer pipe,
Yeah,
the sewer line.
yeah.
And we were never told of this new change.
Okay,
And we would have been able to have had an opportunity to check with our insurance company to see what was covered, if we could have purchased extra insurance.
mm-hmm.
Because this was a large chunk of our money out of our retirement.
Mm-hmm. I can't answer when it was changed. I always was of the opinion, okay, only because I've worked in construction and built roads and made connections, that I always thought that the connection, you're responsible from your property to the connection to the main line, all right? I know that that's how it was when we built Briarcrest and connected to the city, that everyone owns from the house to wherever. Because sometimes the main line is right on your property line or whatever. Sometimes it's not in the road. Sometimes it's on the other side of the road, and you're responsible to where that main connection is. But I guess I can't answer when that changed, if it did change.
And again, the most recent regulations that we have were updated, and I was just verifying the date on that, but I believe it was in 2013, July of 2013. So I can't tell you if the prior regulations said something different, but I don't believe they did, but I can't,
Verify
you know,
that.
confirm that. But
Alright.
these were done in July of 2013.
Yeah.
Why did they tell us when we had it put in that we were responsible for connecting from my house to where it came through, on the other, to the edge of the road? Because the town put all that in. I had nothing to do with that whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
They put that in.
Mm-hmm.
Fred Fecto came over and they told us to put your pipe in and fill it with stone.
Mm-hmm.
So Mr. Fecto made the connection to the main line.
Correct.
No,
Well, no, the town made the connection. Well, no, the town,
Who dug the ditch?
my ditch for my house,
From the main sewer line to your
oh, the
house?
people that installed the sewer. The people that installed the sewer line.
So 20 years ago or 30 years ago, whenever that pipe was put down, that's when that connection was made.
That's correct.
and
And also, there is a connection that the town put in, that, as I understand it, only from information, they brought the pipe in, they brought another pipe up. That was a 2-inch pipe. They went into that went into an angle T down at the bottom of where my connection is, with a cap on it. It supposedly was that they could get at that if they needed to shut the sewer off if you didn't pay. You didn't pay, but that was.
No, you never.
found out.
Can't shut
You
sewer.
can't shut, you never shut sewer off.
That's correct, they
Yeah.
found that out afterwards, that they couldn't do that, but the town is the one that put that pipe in, and that's where I had to connect, was right there,
Yeah.
I mean,
so.
the other thing is where we're located, we are the deepest spot in the town, because everything had to go down.
Yeah, it's
We're
like-
right on that corner and on Main Street.
And it's like 30 feet down to the pipe.
So it just, you know, we were just blindsided with how much it ended up costing us. And like I say, I mean, I worked at the school and I never heard anybody say that we were responsible for that or that change had taken effect.
Well, I guess it's no different than, you know, obviously, I'm not on water and sewer in town, but I have a well,
Correct.
I have to
But you don't-
repair it. I have a sewer system, and if I, believe me, and we had to replace it many years ago, and it costs, I wish I was connected to sewer, because it costs a whole heck of a lot more than any of this would have cost, okay?
But we've been paying for this for over
Uh-huh, mm-hmm,
years.
Yeah.
How many houses are in the town that are
Yeah.
paying for this?
yeah.
I mean,
You're very fortunate to be on sewer, I wish I was. I guess, you know, we can't, and help me here, guys, we can't speak for whomever you spoke with 20 years ago, or however long it was. I mean, we can't, you know, we as a select board have to go by whatever the regulations are. I mean, that's, you know, we can't,
understand.
all right? And again, it's one of those situations that if you do for one, you have to do for everyone, all right? And, I don't know how we can change this. I mean, you know, I'm sorry that this happened, okay? I understand that. But again, we have to go by what the regulations are.
I think what really needs to happen is you need to let the people who are on the sewer, let them know that they are responsible from the house out, and that their homeowner's insurance or earthquake insurance will not cover that. Because we had, you know, we figured, okay, the rattling of all the trucks and everything.
Can I ask this question?
Go ahead.
When does that responsibility fall upon you as the homeowner?
Pardon me?
When would that responsibility fall upon you as the homeowner to understand where your connection is? Because as far as I'm concerned, your connection is at the sewer pipe. So that connection that was installed, how many, ever years ago, 20 years ago, from that point to your home would be yours. Now, if the sewer pipe was on your side of the road and it only went from the edge of your grass, that would also be the same scenario. Unfortunately, yours is in the middle of the road because that's where the sewer pipe was. But after 20 years, the life expectancy of a average homeowner's
Oh, septic system?
septic system's probably right around 20 years. And you gotta freshen it or change the bed in it, as they call it, or re-pull it back. I completely agree with you that, yes, it's unusual. I mean, I've sat on this board a good many years. I've never had this type of thing happen before. But, you know, and I understand the road's busy, but the road's always been busy.
Right, it has.
And I can't change that. I just,
But I've talked with other people in town, and they always thought that the town would be responsible for digging up the road. So a lot of people don't realize that they are responsible for this.
And a lot of people choose, unfortunately, and I don't wanna say, a lot of people, you buy a home, oh, we're connected to the sewer, I'm golden, all right? But they don't really, until there's a problem, all right? They really aren't interested in knowing, I'm connected to the sewer, I'm all set. But they don't really, pay attention to that until there is a problem, unfortunately. All right, it's no different than me. I don't pay attention to my septic system until it starts backing up and I go, oh God, now I got a problem. You know, it's just, we all live busy lives, and you buy a home, and you could buy a home with a well and it go dry next week. I mean, it's unfortunate. I mean, I guess it's like anything else. How much insurance can we all afford to buy? You know, what you would have paid maybe for the last 20 years, if there's even, I've never heard of a policy for that, but if there was something that would cover that.
There is.
Or I've never heard of it, but you would have, you know, I mean.
My son lives in New York, in Yonkers, and they have a policy that, pays for
Yeah.
damages.
But it doesn't mean that's New York, it might not be, it might not happen up here, but.
At least in the bill, let them know that that is their responsibility, and see if we can't find an insurance company that would take care of that problem, so that they have the opportunity to purchase the insurance if they want.
If you can find the insurance that would do that, we would post it in our newsletter just so people know that that insurance is available. I'll be really surprised, because my husband was in insurance for years and years, and when I asked him, he said there's not an insurance that covers that. But again, that was many years ago.
It's on TV that,
Yeah,
that there is,
yeah,
Insurance for that,
yeah.
Mike Rowe is the one that pushes it.
well, can I ask again?
But again,
Why didn't you buy the insurance when you saw it advertised, knowing it's been there for 20 years?
because we saw it after it happened.
Because you're just like us. We haven't had this problem before, or had this situation.
It wasn't until we had the problem that we realized.
If I thought it was good, if I thought that I was responsible from all the way from my house to the bottom of the pipe, I would have thought about it. But when I hooked it up, they said, you're responsible from here to here. That's your responsibility. I said, okay, fine, it's only about 30 feet from my house to where.
To the corner of the road, whatever, yeah, yeah.
That I could deal with. I didn't realize I was gonna have to dig it down 30-foot hole to get my pipe fixed.
I understand that, sir.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah. I mean, I just,
that's what I was told at the time.
yeah.
And again, like I said, I had nothing to do with that pipe that was put
Who
in.
told you that?
When Rollins dug it up, when they dug it up, they said, well, you've got stone all around yours. He says, there's no stone in here. It's just straight sand around that pipe, he says, and that was wrong to begin with in the first place. There was no stone put around that pipe. They put stone around it when they put it in.
Yeah.
Because that's the way it should have been.
But probably, and I'm only surmising, okay, probably 20 years ago when it was done, probably sand was supposed to, you know, things change. I mean, it's, you know, where we,
Like I said, the sand is gonna shift.
yeah, yeah,
And that's what happened. It
Sure.
shifted and it broke the pipe.
of course, yeah. Because 30 feet down, it wouldn't freeze, I wouldn't think.
No, it's not gonna freeze, but
No.
it didn't
It's
have to
just-
go that far. But the problem was, when Rollins came in, they had to bring the biggest machine that they could bring.
Oh,
because
sure.
They had to go all the way to the bottom of that sewer pipe.
That's
So, I
why it
mean,
was so
that-
expensive for us.
That cost us more too.
I mean, with
And
yes,
luckily, it was only about 6 feet down where the break was, which is what we thought it was, but it was way on the other freaking side of the road,
Yeah,
so.
yeah,
I mean, they had to dig a big hole and to get ready to drop the cage in case
Sure.
they had
I have to say, they did a good job on it, they did,
So we highly recommend.
I noticed that they backed in next door, my neighbor next door this morning, they were backing in, pumping their septic system, pumping the septic system. Went, oh, here we go, right? And I noticed that this morning, so, yeah, I don't know if they have a problem or if it's just a maintenance thing, so, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, I understand, but unfortunately for us, we're in a position where we have to go by our regulations, because that's what the voters vote in those regulations and approve them, and it kind of leaves us, you know, in a position that it's unfortunate.
We should look at these regulations, because versus the word, we converted from the septic system of the town's water to the town sewer system back some 20 years ago. We were told our responsibility ended at the end of the road, okay? They didn't say the other side of the road, they said the road. So maybe that word road should be where the word connection is. That would have placed it under the road.
Yeah, we didn't connect to it, we stopped it way to the road.
Yeah. I mean, yeah,
I mean,
it is.
obviously, we've had several individuals who have installed sewer since the regulations, these particular regulations were adopted in 2013. I honestly, I'll go back and see if I can find the old regulations. I don't recall that this was something we would have changed at the time.
It's my understanding that the sewer was a separate entity in itself when it first came into being. The town took it over later on, and this came into effect when the town took it over. That was my
Well,
understanding, and that's what Fred said.
I thought.
Well,
Fred said it was a separate entity for a good many years, and then the town took it over.
So the sewer system has always been town-owned. It was originally managed by a sewer commission, which was an independent board.
Correct.
The Board of Selectmen
Yeah.
took that over, or actually, by a vote of town meeting, that happened, oh boy.
14, 15 years
I was gonna say at least
When
that.
Mr.
It's-
Fournier's board was.
Correct, correct. It's been at least, I would say at least 10 or 12 anyways, if not more. But it was always town-owned. So it's still a separate enterprise fund. The sewer system is an enterprise fund, just like the water system is as well. But it's always been town-owned. It's never, it just had a different board of,
That's correct, the town didn't run it though, the board.
Well, the board
But the
was
board was voted by the
voted
townspeople.
by the
Right.
town, so it was run by the town.
Wasn't a subcontract board. It
Right.
was the-
Yeah, it was just like a water board or a sewer board in this particular case, yeah. But that has since been
they were-
abolished, and now
yeah.
it's just like the water, I guess. So, all right, I'm sorry that we really can't help. I mean, I do apologize, but I understand, and I think if you do find an insurance company that does cover that, I think that we would be more than happy to post that in a newsletter and under our sewer part of the newsletter. If we have a sewer, we'll make a sewer part and make it at least available so that, but unfortunately, it is one of those things that I'm golden, I'm hooked to water and sewer, I don't have to worry about a thing until something happens, and then we hear, all right, and people assume things, and again, being in construction, and in fact, actually, I even remember when we did the industrial park down across from the post office, the same thing holds true, all right, that, I almost think that we had to put in the sewer and water in the industrial building, then turn it over to the town, and now, but it's still the responsibility from the building to the main line. So, that I did know, and I can't tell you how old that is. It was a while ago that we built that, so, all right?
Okay.
All right, Sorry, but thank you for coming
Thank you
anyway.
for taking the time.
Oh, not a problem, not at all.
Magical day.
Thank you. Conservation Commission?
Yes, you actually have two reappointments to the Conservation Commission, one being Ed Stevenson. The commission has asked that they be reappointed until March 31st, 2024. And you also have Keith Bennett, who's also up for reappointment to full membership, again with an appointment date 3/31/2024.
So there's two
Two
openings?
individuals, apparently, yep, or two, what would have happened is their current terms would have expired, at the end of March, and they're up for reappointment.
I don't have any problem with that. I'd make appointment, motion to accept their applications to be appointed, reappointed, yeah.
Reappoint, all right,
Reappointment, and I'll second that motion.
all right, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Wellness funds.
Yes, we received a stretch goal incentive of $50 from Health Trust through our Wellness Coordinators program. And we are asking for your acceptance of those funds so that they can be deposited into the grant funds that our Wellness Coordinator, Alicia, uses to fund incentives and so forth, little programs for staff and so forth. So we would like to put those funds into that account. If you would just make a motion to accept those funds.
I'll make that motion to accept $50 for the
I'll
health
sec-
trust.
Oop,
Yep.
You finished, John?
Well, I just wanted, it's on order, it was from Health Trust.
I know you wanted to stretch it out a little bit, but that's all right. But I'll second that.
All in favor? Aye.
Thank you.
Faster, John. Okay, any other new business?
Yes, so actually it's truly old business, but we'll move on to it. Patrick is here this morning to talk with you about the proposal that we received from Target or Target
Yeah.
relative to the mill. So
Okay.
he's here with his
Okay.
recommendations and comments for you to hopefully help you make a decision.
After review, we received a bid from Target New England, and they gave us three options, and I'm sure you have copies of that. After reviewing all three options, option A, I don't think it's viable, because they're just gonna scrape and paint what's up there now.
Yep.
And I think within a few years, we have the same problem. Option B is the vinyl, which is the most expensive. It definitely would cure the problem, but my personal thing, it would take away some of the character of the building. Putting vinyl up, yes, we would get a long period of time, we'd probably get 15 to 20 years life expectancy out of that.
Did you have the copies of the memo that you had given me a copy and you said you had copies for the board?
Thank you.
Just give them those, that would get it out.
And Jean, this is also the flyers that go with the. And then option C, which is to take and use a AZAC board, with the boards that are peeling, all vertical boards. And this is, if I can, to show you, this is the board that they're recommending on option C. As you can see, it's white all the way through, it does not need to be painted. I would say 90% of the boards that we have, the clapboards on the building are in good shape. 10% would have to be replaced, and they're aware of that. My recommendation, obviously vinyl is the most expensive. My recommendation would be to go with C, which is using that and replacing the boards that need to be replaced and paint. We could get 10 to 15 years out of that option.
So what happens if you're only replacing 10% with this board? What happens to the other 90%?
Well, no. All the vertical boards would be replaced with that. As you walk up the walkway and you see the elevator shaft, you vertical board that's
Okay.
all peeling and rotting out, all those boards would be replaced with this AZAC.
So what are you gonna do with,
The clapboards, they would only replace the ones that are broken and chipped,
Mhm.
and then they would be painted.
okay,
The dormers themselves, other than the trim work, which would have to be fixed and what needs to be replaced, those clapboards are in good shape. The windows in this 44,000 also includes repairing.
You see, no offense, Pat, but you got more information than I do in front of
Well, you actually had it, I'm
Last
sorry,
meeting.
at your last meeting,
You should have
but
brought
let
it.
me give you,
I'm sorry.
that's
you're-
okay, let me
I
give you.
know, I already know what I'm
You
rooting
do,
for.
all right,
so-
let me-
you. Okay, so I don't,
Yeah.
I'm listening, but I'm not
I'm
paying
sorry,
attention.
John, I thought you had a copy.
No, I didn't.
So, I mean, we have the option of doing the 44,000 one, which is to repair the wood that's there, put the AZACs up, which is still a lifetime warranty, and painting, or we go the route of vinyl siding, and we vinyl side everything, we encapsulate everything, including the elevator shaft, which is the option.
And that includes this.
No, that doesn't include that, they're gonna vinyl, if they vinyled
Everything would
everything,
be vinyl,
we don't use this at all.
yeah, that's option C.
Okay. So in vinyl, they're gonna wrap the rotten wood.
They're gonna wrap everything.
Well, no, they're not, I believe they're going to take, that was our discussion last meeting, was that they would take out the rotten pieces and put something in its place. It's not gonna be, doesn't have to be this,
No.
it's gonna be something, and then they wrap that.
You're correct, Ruth. And
Right.
what they would do, anything that has damage or rot, they would replace with
Something.
a wood. It could be even pine, something so they could adhere
Yeah,
to the
okay.
vinyl siding.
Right, because the vinyl's not gonna hold on, on
And
rotten
the
wood.
soffits,
Yes,
are they gonna be painted or they're gonna be wrapped if they do the vinyl? So the vinyl is final.
yeah.
Where's the money come from for this?
From the Municipal Facilities Capital Reserve Fund.
Fund.
Okay. And where does that affect us moving forward with the interior work for like moving the offices financially?
Well, we currently have we appropriated 100,000 this year to go into the fund.
Yeah.
And prior to that, we had a, balance of
175.
So what would the maintenance be versus C and B?
None.
None really. None for us as far as the difference is just the application of them putting on. As
But-
far as once you vinyl side it, unless you get ice damage coming off or whatever, the vinyl gets broken or cracked, which happens.
But what I'm saying is 44,000 for the paint and the AZAC.
Yeah.
All right, so
Well, and
how
that's
often
only a
is,
certain amount that they're gonna, that
I
you're
mean,
gonna have to
you're gonna have to
paint again.
maintain that.
Right.
I mean, where vinyl, you
But
wouldn't.
Vinyl, you put that up and it's maintenance free, except if you get ice damage or
Right.
winter damage
Right.
or whatever. This other way would be, everything would be painted, is what they're telling me is 10 to 15 years with the paint and using this wood is what the life expectancy would be. They're using a Sherwin-Williams super paint is what they're.
I think somewhere I heard that, yes, it's there, yeah.
So that paint would last 15 years, you say?
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
Wow. Good paint?
Yeah,
I don't think so.
I haven't had paint last that long. No matter what. Oh, it says it right on this page.
Yeah, it does.
I just,
I did.
I just
That's
saw
why I
that.
wanted one.
You did see it.
I'll put it this way.
Well,
It'll last.
obviously, I prefer to see it vinyled, because if we're doing the whatever one it was, the $44,000 one, it's still gonna be a maintenance thing, because even though they're gonna make it look pretty, it's not, you know what I'm saying?
I do. And if we vinyl it, it should help a little with the heat too, and the cooling.
Well, whether it does or not, but it's complete.
Yeah.
It's complete, and we can go on to other things. You know, if we do this, paint some of it, do some of this, it's not complete.
Oh, I agree with that.
It's just a maintenance, and we're trying to alleviate as much maintenance. I mean, we know how bad it looks.
Yep.
And we're trying to clean that up so we can go on to maybe what we're gonna do next, whatever that's gonna be. And again, if we go with Plan B, Plan C, we're no more gonna get the inside done, and we're gonna have to redo, or it'll be looking lousy.
We have currently $176,998 in the fund existing, plus the $100,000 that was appropriated at town meeting.
Then I would go with Plan B also.
Plan B is the vinyl.
Plan B, okay.
Yeah, I just, this trying to paint and scrape and when you say that they're only gonna do,
The vertical.
right, it just is, yeah.
Would the board like to meet with these contractors at the next meeting? They're willing to come in and talk about their work and what they envision on everything.
I don't have a problem with that.
Let me
because-
ask you a question. Did they mention a start time for this job?
No, we have not.
Yeah, we haven't even got there yet.
Well,
Yeah.
and do you intend to retire before this job's done?
Well, we gotta wait
That's a
and see
good
what.
question.
Well,
Yeah.
it's,
Good question, yeah.
So you see what their time frame is, and because you're the one that's downtown.
but I don't have a problem with them coming into next meeting.
No, but, you know, whatever, if you wanna bring them,
I'll give them an invite to come in and introduce themselves to you, so you get a comfort level.
Yeah.
You can see both gentlemen that I've been
Okay.
speaking to.
Yep.
I'll tell them the direction that we're leaning towards.
Yep.
So they can I'll have them bring a sample of the
Sample.
vinyl siding that
Of course.
that they're proposing to use, so we can get.
And a time frame.
Yep.
Timeframe.
I mean, we know that, you know, when it comes to building, we have to have patience. But as far as I'm concerned, if we've got it scheduled and it's in the works, that's huge, because then when somebody says, well, what are you doing about that? It's all scheduled.
And just as a reminder, they have done work for us in the past. They actually did the first revision to the corner meeting house, lower level. They actually built or reconstructed Donna's office. It was the same contractor.
And that 70,000 includes taking out all the windows and securing the windows to the frame and caulking the windows all the way
I
around.
thought we did
No,
that.
no,
Get that done.
it didn't happen.
He did some of them.
I thought he did some.
He did some.
He did some. There is a small amount that was done.
What is that show that used to be on TV, Truth or Consequences?
You know, and obviously, my biggest, and again, I don't know this company, okay? But I think and I think that that's why it would be nice to have them come in, because, I guess my biggest question is going to be, I wanna be assured that the rot is going to be taken out and replaced. And I'd be interested in knowing what it's gonna be replaced with, cause when you say pine, I'm not sure. I mean, again, I'm not a,
You need a close grain wood that's gonna hold.
Right.
Hold the tacks and
Yeah.
everything, the vinyl.
right, and I do know that part, that rot, it's not gonna hold to rot, we'll have vinyl floats flying around Belmont, so that's important.
Okay, and I'll stress that to them when I speak to
Yeah.
them. Our next meeting, Jean, is
Is May 17th.
May 17th.
And Patrick, if you could just hold off, I had forwarded to everyone the email from Barrett regarding the mill dumpster enclosure. He had gotten a fencing price for us of $5,785 to enclose those dumpsters. Yeah, I mean, that was less than we were originally had gotten for a proposal, so I guess the question is, do we want to go forward with that? It's furnish and install 11 by 22, 6-foot high dumpster enclosure. All posts to be set in concrete just outside the pad area. Front is to have 2 10 by 7 double drive gates for each can. Project is to have slats around the entire thing, slat color to be determined by the town.
That's the only bid that,
Well, we had gone out and asked for pricing, and Craig had gotten some pricing for us previously last year ago, summer, summer, late
Yeah,
fall.
I think it was last fall.
And
I
I think it
you're
was
right.
higher than that,
Well,
price-wise
see,
or
we got
similar.
pricing, I got pricing on this one, I got pricing to do the one, we haven't even started at the Public Works facility, but it was, that's just about half of what it was to do both. And I did call two or three companies, and a couple are just so busy that.
Most of them won't even return your call.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I mean, and Gene and I both thought, you know, we looked at the price, we were like, oh my God, it was, but that's what it costs. So they're right on from what they
Tell
were.
me what it is again, tell me
Okay.
just what, read that to
So,
me again.
furnish and install an 11 by 22, 6-foot high dumpster enclosure at the old mill building. All posts to be set in concrete, just
Okay.
outside the pad area, so the pad area is currently there. Front is to have two 10-foot by 7-inch double drive gates for each can. Project is to have slats around the entire thing and slat color to be
Okay,
chosen.
so what are the slats? Are they wood slats? Are they?
Vinyl.
Typically, they're vinyl.
Okay, so they're the ones that go in the fence. So it is fence. It
Yes.
is steel or metal, whatever.
Yeah.
And then the slats are just,
You can't see.
Well,
So-
it's what we make people in business do, so it's
Yeah.
pretty hard for us not to do
Why
it.
we were.
yeah, yeah, yes, I think we have no choice, because we require that, you know, yeah. I guess it is what it is.
I'm planning on doing one at the garage, but we're gonna pour the pad, and I think I'm just gonna get some wooden fencing, and, I mean, it's.
Right, because
It's
it's,
a highway
right,
department.
it's a highway department.
I think this needs
Yeah.
a little.
Now, and I assume, okay, and I should not assume, but that's why I'm gonna say this. I assume that if the dumpster truck breaks 2-3 of the slats, we can get new slats to go in?
Yeah.
I'm sure we can.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I guess
just asking.
I don't know whether the dumpster company
they
would be
won't.
responsible, but,
no,
yeah,
they're not
yeah.
gonna
Oh, it'll be our responsibility to open
It's
it up.
our responsibility, but what I'm asking is, you.
Falls on Patrick.
You get new,
Yeah, they are supposed to have a key.
I know they are,
They're
but
supposed to open them, they're supposed to close them, I mean.
and I guess my other question,
I've seen him close them over by Dunkin' Donuts when he takes the forks on the truck. And he tries to hit
and I
the
guess
top of
my
the
other
fence.
question is, are those doors gonna do this? I mean, they're on posts, but is it a rugged,
Well, like I said, you know, at the police station, I think, you know, you just pour concrete around them, they lift it, you know, I don't know if they could do some type of, I don't know what else they would do to keep the frost from raising the frost, I don't know.
yeah. You just see the ones and, you know, over time, the doors are, that almost,
Or the
A lot of it
concrete
is 'cause
poured
they
around
put the
them is
forks
this
through
high
it.
up,
Yeah.
right?
They don't get out of the truck.
yeah.
They pick the gate up a little bit, they stick the fork through the top of the gate, they back up with one gate at a time under a fork.
Oh,
Then-
so they don't get out of the truck, they
No,
just.
then they empty the dumpster, then they take the truck and they close they do reverse procedure.
Hmm.
But Patrick's usually here and got the place under control, so if they open them up and they're
Well, I
shoveling
guess,
around.
yeah, and that was gonna be my next thing, I suppose, one more thing to try to remember. Do they come the same day when they come,
Most of the time.
Typically.
so you could actually,
Here is twice a week.
oh, is it twice a week? Yeah, so you could actually have the doors opened up and we'll close them, probably, it'll last longer.
They're coming after 6:30, so, you
Yep.
know, we're on duty, so it's just a matter of opening up.
Yep.
Making it in the wintertime, making sure they're shoveled out.
All right, okay. Well, see, if we vinyl, then we won't have to worry about the maintenance
But
here, so you
I
can
would
open
ask,
the gate.
I would ask the board that two of the people that are in this room, being Russ and Patrick, keep an eye on the vinyl. After we talk to these people from the vinyl company.
Yep,
I'd like to have you gentlemen at that meeting,
Yes,
just to make sure there's
yeah.
gonna be two sets of eyes just around town. You don't have to stand here all day and watch them.
No.
But if, whatever they say they're gonna do, that they do, because when it's wrapped, you can't see it.
well, and I think the other thing that's important is there's vinyl and there's vinyl, all right? You know,
That's why I wanted to bring a sample.
right, that's exactly,
Bring it in
yes.
different levels.
I wanna see a sample, because, again, there's vinyl and there's vinyl.
What color are you gonna put around the dumpsters?
Green.
yeah, probably green. green or, I don't know if they offer a gray slat.
I think you can get any color you want, you could do white to match the building, you could do whatever you want to do.
Oh,
I know, I'm just
that
saying,
would be dirty.
I think green's good.
I'm a guy.
Green's probably.
Green will probably blend in with the trees
Yeah.
behind, I guess. A gray, oh, jeez.
But it'll show the dirt more too, so we're not gonna make him wash the damn thing.
What?
Would you, like to make a motion now on the vinyl for this building?
I'll make the motion on the vinyl for this building, now.
Okay,
Now, I'll second that.
All in
alright.
favor? Aye.
And would you like to also give me a motion on the fence, please,
So
for the
moved.
dumpster?
Sunny's gonna second
Second,
it.
yeah.
All in favor? Aye.
Oh.
All right.
Okay, all right, so if you would let, Jim, Mr. Doherty know that, Monday, May 17th at 10 a.m., and he can plan to be here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, any other new business?
Just an announcement that, Catherine Davis did accept our offer for the position of finance director, and she'll be starting, actually sooner than she had originally discussed with us. She'll be starting about the third week of May, I believe, so that she'll have plenty of time to work closely with Denise. And Denise was very excited. She had an opportunity to meet her, and was very pleased with how that all went. So she's looking forward to working with her to get her up, up to speed on everything that we have. The other announcement I would make is that our deputy town clerk tax collector did submit her resignation last week. Her last day with the town will be May 14th. We have, I had Alicia work closely with Cynthia last week to draft an ad for the position. It has gone into the paper. It was scheduled to go for 2 dates. I had her add 2 additional dates so that we really saturated the local area, because it does have to be a resident of Belmont that fills that position. So the ad is out there. It's on NHMA and the other locations, and so we'll hope that we start to see some applicants for that position.
Okay.
So, we do have a couple of items with Mr. Wheeler that would be, non-public.
All right.
And aside from that, I don't know if anybody else had anything else.
Do you want to discuss the position for assistant public works?
We can certainly do that. Alicia is available on the computer. She did participate with Craig in those interviews.
All right.
But again,
So that
that
would be
should
non-public.
probably should be
All right.
non-public as
Okay.
well.
All right.
So if you are,
So we have no other old business then?
you do not have
All
any
right.
other old?
So our next meeting is May 17th at 10 o'clock, right here. And we are going to go into non-public, which was a non-public session, which is 91-A:3, Roman numeral 2, letter.
So you have, B and C. I don't know if you wanna take, Russell's up first and get that squared away.
All right.
Let me just, shut the, Craig, I think you're fine to stay. It's
Roll call.
Sonny Patton?
Ruth Mooney.
John Pike?
Thank you. This meeting's adjourned. Oh, semi-adjourned.
Got a free board out of it.
Oh, he didn't take his board with him.